This episode on Sailing Popao, we arrived back in the Percy Islands.
Is that a bull?
Have an uninvited toothy guest turn up in the Anchorage.
I'm going to take the worst stuff that's decomposing and
explore the windward side of the island.
Looks pretty good.
Smells and tastes great.
Possibly one of the better things you've ever cooked, I reckon. So we arrived in the Percys last night. We filmed absolutely nothing on the sail yesterday because nothing happened. We basically put the sails up and just went for it.
After a stunning sunrise over the ocean and a full day's sail, we arrived at Middle Percy Island. We were here for a couple of days to hide from the sou'easters until the wind shifted back to the north again.
How do you know my name? Stinking yachties.
Hey Diamond! Did you miss us? Did you miss us? Hello! Hello, pretty girl. Come on, let me in. Come on. Come on. Hello. Oh, she says I wouldn't want to pop. Don't mind if I do. Come on. Look at this spot. Absolute paradise. Hiya! You missed your dog, Michael.
I don't miss any dog. Hey. He's a good girl. He's a good girl.
I love this spot. It's so cool. Should go check up on our sign. Oh, here's ours. Yeah, it's still here. Yay.
How's my Teft gel going? Who's that?
Saba.
Did we stick a card
Still
in there?
here. That's our sign, and then this is our group. Oh, yeah, you stuck it on that one. I didn't know you stuck it on there. Look at Selkie. You're a disgrace, Selkie. Where is Selkie, Michael?
They skipped it again.
Oh, we left happy and they just powered through to the Keppels.
Oh, someone's put something on the back of that.
Very disappointing.
I don't think you could ever get sick of this place. Every time you come here, you are guaranteed to find something new. This time in the Percys, we had some pretty calm weather, so we went for a drive to check out the scenery and scout some new dive spots. It didn't take long to turn around so Michael could get his wetsuit on.
You could seriously be in the Kimberleys or, I don't know, somewhere not Queensland.
You boy, you okay? Boy.
Một vài cây lợn. Are you alright? You alright, boy?
There's so much exploring to be done here on the coastline. With endless caves and swim-throughs, you could spend weeks here trying to check it all out.
What you got there, Michael?
So literally just, I thought, oh, I'll just go for a quick little dive off the back of the boat. And like literally just like 100 metres from the boat, found a nice bommy, lots of current on it, and yeah, big trout there, big coastal. That's a stonking trout.
Is it a barchie?
Barchie.
Nice.
Got a
Yum.
big trout.
Too big?
Yeah, should be alright.
We wouldn't usually shoot. We just don't make a habit of eating big trout like that.
The water was dirtier. It didn't look that. It looked like a nice fish, but that is bigger than I thought. Yeah, bigger than your arm, do your arm.
Which part of the arm?
Without the head, maybe. Right.
Show us. We'll be sharing this one anyway. We're going to dump the trout frame outside of the Anchorage where people swim.
Holy shit.
Is that a bull?
Give me a GoPro.
So this is why you don't dump your fish frames in the Anchorage. So even though Michael just drove out all our fish scraps, just the fish alone has, like just the blood and stuff, has brought this big bull shark right into the Anchorage here under all the boats, which is just crazy. I've never seen that before, but I'd say probably from other boats, like it's just trained this bull to come back again and again, and you know, it's just associates. As soon as it's probably hanging out here, and as soon as it smells the blood, it thinks sweet free feed.
See him?
Yeah, he's straight out the back, so he's just out there. I don't know if you can see. Put my polarized sunnies on. He's right under the boat. He's right there. Right there. It's where Michael was just diving. That's crazy.
Look at him. He's coming. You know what he...
Just coming in for the blood, hey. That's why we always dump our fish frames out from the Anchorage, because we don't want to be responsible for someone getting bitten. Like that's a big bull in like 3 meters of water. I don't like seeing those when I'm spearfishing, let alone swimming off the back of the boat. There he is, come back in on the left. See him?
Yeah.
That's a big bull. That's crazy. That bull is just in the shallows, like right in there. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but he must be in like a meter of water. It was funny too, because you swam back here without your gun to drop that fish off. You're lucky he didn't bail you up on the way. He's just out there. Here, we'll send the drone up and see if we can get some shots of him hanging out the boat. He's massive. Oh, we got him on drone. It's a big boy. Whenever we have a swim off the back of the boat, which we don't make much of a habit of for this exact reason, I always have a pretty good look around before I jump in, and I could not see that bull shark, and Michael's like, it's just behind the tender, which makes me pretty nervous. I don't care when I see them spearfishing, they're expected, but I reckon he's so well trained from all the fishing boats that come in here that he's just waiting. Like, he smelt the blood, he's probably expecting a fish frame over the side any second. So there's a guy kayaking now. I might just go tell him there's a big bull hanging around, so he'll have a really fun paddling on his kayak. But yeah, just let him know in case they decide to go for a swim off the back of their boat for any reason. I'm just having a look now and he's getting towed back to the boat. He's in the tender and the kayak's behind the boat, so it's pretty funny. Anyway, busy little morning, Michael.
Yeah, super busy. Big snout board, husked some coconuts, made some coconut cream, and now I'm making a Samoan Ota coconut ceviche.
With the freshly squeezed coconut.
Freshly squeezed coconut.
Which is so yummy.
And we made friends with the Navy ship and they loaded us up full of fresh fruit and
apples,
poppers.
Oranges.
Pretty amazing.
So if you have a really heavy tender like us, you can actually come in here at high tide if you time it right. You can actually just tie the tender up here or pull it up on the beach, but it's heaps easier than pulling it up on the beach around the front because it's super steep. There's usually always like a big dumping swell running there too, so it's really hard to like get the boat in and out without getting absolutely coated. You can't get out or in at low tide, so you do need to just be mindful of the tides. Hi, Middle Percy! Woo!
Round two, just split the
So we've spent a lot of time at Middle Percys and there's a lot more to offer here. So we're actually pulling the anchor up and heading around to White's Bay today. Wow. What do you think?
Pretty stunning.
White's Bay, Middle Percy Island. Pretty good spot.
White's Bay is on the southeastern corner of the island, making it exposed to the usual trade winds for most of the year. With a gentle northerly blowing, we seized the opportunity to anchor on one of the most stunning spots on the island while we waited for the wind to pick up and carry us further south.
Oh, look at the goat. The goat.
Beautiful. It reminds me a little bit of Rainbow Beach. It's one with the big red cliffs behind it. But I actually think this is nicer.
Nicer.
Yeah.
Can you put this on forward so it's not wet?
So Michael was just saying on the drive over here how clean this beach was and there's no rubbish on it, which, like I'm sure everyone knows, is a very hard thing to find these days. But a lot of people walk over to this beach from the other Anchorage we're in, and it looks like everybody's just collected all the rubbish and put it in one spot because you can't really carry it across the island. But I'd love to be able to take it with us, but if we take it, it's going to go on the nets at the front. It's such a long way until we're in port. It's probably just going to end up getting washed over again. We might take a little bit. Wow. Buckets, containers. Might be able to squish quite a bit into this, which looks like someone's already beat us to it. Could take that with us. Plenty of buckets, always plenty of buckets. It says, imagine enjoying the shade without all of the washed up rubbish. Let's take some away and clean up this magical cruiser's paradise. So obviously it's pretty hard to carry all of that 14 k's back across the island. So we'll do our bit, I guess. What a beautiful tree as well. I was just sending the drone up on his drone landing pad. Nice. At least I don't have to catch this one. So I've just been going through all this rubbish and pulling out the stuff that needs to go the most urgently, and it's all this rope that I've decided I'm going to take. I've just stuffed about 200 meters of it into this container, and just to show you why this is the same rope here, but this is all the stuff that's just breaking down from it, just like nylon or whatever it is, but that's just from shoving it in. So if it stays on the beach any longer, it's just going to become part of the ocean. It really sucks that our beaches look like this. I mean, literally we just use the planet as a dumping ground. It's so frustrating. So I mean, I know a lot of this stuff, it's unintentionally washed off boats, fishing nets and stuff. They get caught around rocks, so that's just part of it. But there's a lot of stuff here that's probably just been thrown overboard as well. Heaps of like two-stroke oil. There's like seedlings, which we find everywhere. Where the hell do they come from? Bottles of bleach. Someone told me they use them on the fishing boats. I don't know, but there's just so much of it. Anyway, I'm going to take the worst stuff that's decomposing and yeah, stack the rest up. I'm trying to put it under the shade so it doesn't break down as quickly, and then hopefully the next yachties will come and grab a few items. So yeah, if you're in this area, guys, and you're going in, or you just have the space to put it, come and grab as much as you can, because this is such a beautiful beach and the hard work's already been done for you. You just need to bring a Hessian sack, which I'm going to buy next stop. Get a couple of Hessian sacks. It'll be so much easier to just shovel the bottles and stuff in and then chuck them on the nets. All this stuff, it's all breaking, so it's really hard to grab a bunch of it. I mean, you could fit all of that in about 10 Hessian sacks, and we could just take that on the boat and tie it down in the net, but we literally don't have anything to put it in, except more plastic bags, which they're just not strong enough. They're just going to break. So Anyway, we're going to take what we can. And yeah, next year I will be very well armed with Hessian sacks and we can do this properly. Look at all this stuff just breaking down. Michael's just going to cook up some lunch with the trout. What's on the menu today, Michael?
I'm going to make a
Chinese
white sauce blanched kind of trout and blanched and frozen veggies.
Come on, I'm getting hungry.
Is that enough fish, you reckon?
Yeah, should be plenty.
So I've just got the trout here. Soaked it in some sesame oil, salt and sugar.
Sesame oil.
Sesame oil. Sesame oil. So I've just got some shallots here, that's 3 of them, a knob of ginger and about 3 cloves of garlic ready to go there. In here. Okay, so I've got a cup and a half of water, a tablespoon and a half of corn flour, and a teaspoon and a half of the chicken stock powder. The Chinese crack vodka, we call it.
Which you could probably substitute.
You could just use normal chicken stock or vegetable stock. The fish there that I've done, I'm going to fry it with some frozen broccoli that we keep. That's our go-to frozen veggies on the boat. I'm just going to like cook that and take it off, and then I'll make the sauce and then put it all together.
Yum. Can't wait. Now for the fun part, Michael.
Piss off.
Watching Michael light the stove.
This one's easy, ready? Watch. First go. Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Yeah, stick that in your vodka. Run away.
What'd you do? Chuck it all in at the same time?
Yeah, I just bunged the frozen fish and the trout in there at the same time.
Frozen fish?
I mean the frozen veggies and the trout. I don't want to overcook this trout, so I think I'm going to pull that off now.
I am going to take one.
And I'll keep cooking while it's done, and then the veggies can just go a bit longer. I have never made this before, so I have plenty of excuses if it doesn't turn out good. Okay, so we've got the oil smoking hot now. I'm going to chuck in the ginger and garlic, and then the shallots. Oh, that smell!
That smells amazing.
I'm just going to cook that for about a minute to get it release all its flavour, and then I will chuck in the mixture here.
What was that?
Just a sprinkle of salt. Alright, that's pretty good to go. Mix it up before I pour it in.
When did you put the fish in?
Put it in after, once it's cooking. Alright, so that's the sauce there. I'll just cook that down for 4 or 5 minutes.
And once it starts to thicken up, you
No,
put
it
the
starts
fish
to
in,
look
or?
good, I'll chuck the fish in, yeah. Oh, that looks amazing. That smells ridiculous.
It does smell amazing. I'm pretty excited for this. I'm starving.
There's the fish and the veggies. Just stir it through.
Oh, starting to thicken up. Looking real good.
I'd say that's pretty much done. Just spread these over. That's it.
Looks pretty good.
Smells and tastes great. And then what we do on this boat every time something's ready. There you go. All right.
Serve it up.
That looks bloody good.
Pretty good way to cook trout, I reckon.
I reckon. How is it?
I don't know. I'm
Hurry
waiting
up.
for you to get the focus
Eat
done.
the frickin' fish.
Yum.
Good?
Yeah. So I don't know how much audio we just recorded because our microphone's been playing up, but
Mine was absolutely delicious. What do you think, Michael?
Yum.
How
That's
good is it?
so good.
I just want to add that was actually amazing. It got better and better as I ate it, and it's possibly one of the better things you've ever cooked, I reckon. Very, very yummy. And next time we'll make more.
More. Add mushrooms and a bit of white pepper. Hunger is the best sauce.
Like Lincoln says, hunger is the best sauce. Putting it in the book, Michael?
It's going in the book.
What is the book for those that don't know?
This is our on-board recipe secrets book.
Which will probably turn into a recipe book one day.
Yeah,
if we get enough subscribers.
Definitely our go-to Bible and on board for cooking.
Especially when we have no reception.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing. I mean, it's easy to get a recipe off the internet, but when you don't have internet, you go back to the old school way.
Yeah.
And we always just keep tweaking and changing and making suggestions and until we settle on a final recipe. So this is the first edition of the Chinese white sauce trout dish, and then we'll add pepper and add mushrooms next time.
Straw mushrooms would be really nice, and whole shiitake.
That's all for this episode, guys. Thanks again for watching. If you liked it, please subscribe and maybe tell your friends. Cheers. See you next time.
We're super excited to announce that we finally have Popao merch.
Finally found something that we're happy to get out to you guys.
We've got tees, jumpers and singlets.
Shirts, tees, tops.
Shirts, tees and tops.
Buying some merch is a great way to support the channel.
Yeah, we really appreciate the support.
Special thanks to our patrons out there that have really gone above and beyond and supported us on the next level. Really appreciate it, and hopefully see you in the next video. Cheers.
Thanks, guys. Join us next episode as we have a dreamy night sail into Port Clinton and set off on a mission for some big mud crabs before another short halt down to the Keppels.
I got the tongs to get him out of the esky and I didn't realise, but far out. This is the laziest crab recipe that I ever do.
A huge thanks to our current patrons for your ongoing support, and welcome on board Kent and Paul. Well, it's 3:30 a.m. What a wind it.
It's coming from the south.
What? We got in a bit of a domestic. Michael's like, you're in reverse, take it out of reverse. I'm like, I'm not in reverse, because we were trying to pull the anchor up. He's like, I can see the wash, you're in reverse. I was like, no I'm not. And then I lifted up the engine, and so something along the way has gone funny. And now when we start the engine, it's just in reverse, which I didn't even know you could start an engine while it was in gear. So Michael's in his favourite place in the world. Fixing the engine again. The linkage pin.